We all have memories of good times. And whether that be a fun game you played or a fun hangout you attended, everyone has good memories that they wish they could go back and relive for the first time. The only issue is you can't. When you try to go back and relive these memories, later on they fall flat. So, recreating experiences almost never produces the same feelings and the same excitement. So, why is that? And how can you at least create experiences similar to those again? So, I'll cover this from both a scientific perspective and from my own personal perspective. So, a lot of the excitement and happiness that come from good experiences has to do with novelty. And so, our brain releases more dopamine during novel experiences. And as you know, with anything that releases dopamine, repeating it will not release as much dopamine. Our brain is just not wired to operate that way. So when you try to recreate your good times, they inherently just won't feel as good the second time. And of course, this isn't limited to personal experiences. When you listen to the same song over and over, it becomes less exciting and evokes weaker emotions. After your first bite of food, the next bites are just less tasty. Even when you go to your same favorite restaurant again, it usually isn't as good the second time. Very few restaurants for me are just as good the second time, and those are exceptionally good and exceptionally rare. This is just how the brain works, and it's not the fault of you or of other people that your second experience isn't the same as the first. Now, there's also this thing called rosy retrospection, which I mentioned last week, where we frame past memories in a perfect and ideal way. You remember that day being perfect. You remember the highlights of it, and not the lowlights. You might not remember the awkward silences or the random moments of just nothing happening, because why would you? This perfect image of the memory, though, is impossible to recreate. Life is imperfect, and there's nothing wrong with life being imperfect, but it won't feel good when your expectations don't match, because your expectations are in a perfect world. And what also isn't inherently the same as the first experience is the context of your life. You're not the same age as when you last experienced that thing. You've probably had a lot of personal growth. You probably have different goals and stresses before, different things that you're worrying about in that time in your life. You probably are not the same person you were when you last experienced that thing. So your new unique psychological state will not match your old unique psychological state. This mismatch will inherently make the experience feel different. Your mind won't be in the same place, and it probably won't perceive the experience the same. And this can go both ways though. It could theoretically make an experience feel better, but given my own experience and the research on dopamine, it's unlikely. In my own experience, every time my friends and I intentionally tried to recreate an experience that we had before, it would fall flat the second time. That doesn't mean it wasn't fun the second time. It just means that it wasn't as funny or as exciting the second time. I found that what makes repeated experiences fun is always something novel. Someone has a new story to tell. Someone discovered a new joke. Someone has a new job, etc. These novel things that we have to share with each other are what make these experiences fun, and not trying to repeat the activity that you did before. And so, to continue to have fun and memorable experiences, I always try to do new things, even when I'm engaging in something repetitive. In this podcast, for example, I always try to innovate and come up with new video ideas. And hopefully it works, you know. In my weekly basketball games at the gym, I always try something new, try to improve and try to learn. That keeps the game fresh and it allows me to continue to love the game of basketball. When I play games, I try not to play the same thing over and over. Even within a game, it helps to switch up the game mode. But to get those lifelong memories of great experiences, you just have to try new things. Go on a trip somewhere brand new for the first time. Try a new activity you've never tried. The way you and your friends or family react to this new experience will make the experience memorable. Unfortunately, you can never relive something great for the first time again, but you can definitely live new experiences for the first time. And even if those experiences end up being terrible, you can look back and have a good laugh at it. So chase new things, step outside your comfort zone, and try not to expect a perfect recreation of your fondest memories. And as always, stay mindful, and I'll see you all in the next episode.